Hey, what is up guys? Today's video we are back with the easiest and best current ladder deck inside of Clash Royale if it's about the top of ladder. This deck is really strong. It's also easy to use, so similar to other decks which are showing on the channel. It's really good in the meta. It's really good in ladder, but normally I'm showing really difficult decks which are like a high cycle because I just prefer them to play, because a ton of you guys were asking, is this deck really good? What's the best deck for me? If I'm in mid ladder, if I'm up top ladder, if I'm just starting playing Clash Royale, an easy peasy deck which I'm able to get my trophy high, and this is my recommendation for this season. Royale Hogs, recruits, really easy to play, recruits in the back, Royale Hog split, Zappy split, Flying Machine to snipe anything, any troops, Fireball Arrow is just an overall really solid combo, especially in mid ladder, because Fireball Zap makes sure to kill all the wizards and all the witches deck, even they're over leveled. We have the Electric Spirit, just as a really clean up tube, and we have the Goblin Cage. So overall a really solid deck. Few players, I think 3 players right now are top 20 in the world with this deck, and it just shows how good this deck is. If you guys don't want to miss any videos in the future on the channel, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to use creator code more in the shop. And by the way, I would love to play ladder right now, but the problem is I'm currently number 1 in the world. I was like even searching as the number 1 in the world, but I didn't find an opponent for like 20 minutes, so we're just gonna jump into the grand challenge because there's any other mode I can play right now. So this is the problem. The problem inside of Clash Royale for me right now, I cannot record high level content because I'm number 1 in the world. This is a big problem. So let's jump into some games and still take some easy dubs and hopefully face great players to show how to use this deck, even it's not on ladder. So guys, by the way, I'm going to show you tomorrow the number 1 push, which I used like a different deck, where I'm going to talk about the strategy behind that. It's also a Royale Hogs deck, but I honestly say I'm going to talk about it like more specific tomorrow about the deck, because I recorded the episode already, and I'm going to show you tomorrow the deck which I use tomorrow. But I would say this deck is way easier than the Royale Hogs deck tomorrow. This is like a really beginner deck. So if you're just starting playing Clash or you didn't play it for a long time, you have this deck on a good level. This deck is really easy to play. And I tell you, if you're not the best player in the world because inside of Clash Royale, you are able to beat way better players than you with this deck. So actually, we're just gonna go for Wickets at the bridge because our Flying Machine survives. And it's really easy. And I know a ton of our people are playing this deck right now. And we're just asking, is this deck better than ever? Is this deck good? Should I play it? I'm always beating my friends, but this is the thing. When I play against my real life friends, which are honestly not the best players inside of Clash Royale ever, I'm kind of struggling sometimes when they play the deck against me and have a solid matchup, because you can't do that much wrong with the deck. For sure, it's like a not a completely no-skill deck. We need to be honest here, but it's also not that hard to play. Especially, I would say the skill cap with this deck is not really high. You just need to learn some interactions and some matchups. And as I said, against overleveled players, this deck is doing really well. So he's playing a Sparky deck, which basically a really annoying deck, which will be easy getting dubs. So just go for arrows here. So, by the way, Royale Hogs just insanely strong. Just insanely strong. If you don't have like Fireball Arrows on a good level, you can also use Fireball Log. You could also use Fireball, Barbarian Brawl. You could also use Electric Spirit instead of Electric Spirit Skeletons, Ice Spirit, Heal Spirit. This is like a really deck where you can switch up a lot. If you don't like Goblin Cage, use Bomb Tower, use Tesla. The only things I would say Royale Hogs recruits are really important. Even if you don't like Flying Machine, just use Mother Witch. There's just like so many sequences. And also this deck is kind of free to play friendly, because yeah, you have some rare cards which are, I feel like, sometimes really hard to level up. But these are cards which are like, they're in the game for such a long time, right? I think that like the newest card which came to the deck, and we know, I think it's the Electric Spirit. So they're like some cards which people are using in a ton of decks, especially like having the Goblin Cage, which most people use in a ton of decks. So I would say it's not the easiest deck forever to upgrade, but it's not the hardest deck. And most of you guys might have some cards already leveled up. So I'm just going for my recruits here. We need to be careful a bit, so I'm just going to drop Zappies, but he still needs to defend left side a bit. Maybe not, maybe I'm just kind of dumb here. But let's see, we're just gonna Fireball here, and it's just overall a really solid deck. Even against Bomb Tower decks, which I'm like feeling, like the double lane pressure, the Fireball bait stuff, and if opponent doesn't have Fireball, they immediately lost. They immediately lost, as you guys will see in this game. So he's just actually playing his Goblin Giant in the back. He doesn't have Dark Ones and Psychic, so I'm just go for Electric Spirit with Chain on Tower. He needs to go for a Zap and a Mega Main, but you guys will see this is so much damage to a tower. And people are just saying like, this is not too much damage. It's not looking like a ton of damage, but it actually is. So I'm just go for a Cage here. And I would say we just could arrow that potentially if we need to. I don't really think we need to. So we're just going to go for this. I'm just going for Electric Spirit in case he goes in for Dark One, which he needs to do. We're just going to arrow here. GG's well played. First up, easy win. No chance for opponent to win. Here we go. Next game. So we play against the Lecture. Good luck to him. I think we're just going to go for a Cage. Like the thing is, I also want to play this deck on my mid ladder account. I have like a level 12 account, as you guys see, or like as you guys know. But the problem with my level 12 account was I didn't have this deck leveled up. This is just insane because on my level 12 account I can just like upgrade few cards, few decks, because otherwise I get level 13. My big goal is to get level to get like a new level 12 red record, so I can't really upgrade anything and I didn't have the gold there, so I just needed to focus on few decks. And even I would have liked to upgrade this, I couldn't because then I would get level 13. So he has Bomb Tower, Fireball, so this is looking like a really tough matchup. Also like to Dragons, honestly Fireball, and that's why we have Fireball arrows in the deck, but look at the damage we get here, look at the damage we get here. This is just not good. So let's see, is he going to play Cage? Okay. And I know a lot of you guys want to see ladder, but I also want to play ladder too. Like, I think I bring like challenges like once a year, I think, or like once a month, because ladder is just like way more great. But like that's the thing right now. Like as I said earlier, I just apologize for that. But yeah, I just wanted to bring the video anyway, and didn't want to wait because I just want to give you guys the best decks inside of Clash Royale. So we just go for Wickets at the bridge. He's going for the Fireball, messed up, and you cannot do that. You cannot do that against the deck. GG's well played. GG's well played. And I honestly even think, even without the Fireball messing up, he would have lost his tower there. Why? When he would have hit the Fireball, for sure it wouldn't be too much damage, but the Wick could still connect to the tower, right? The Wick could still connect to the tower, and we have the arrows. And I still think, even when you like would have hit the Fireball, would have saved it, I'm 1% confident that we would have taken so much damage. That's the thing against the deck. This is what it shows. This is like the perfect example for being a player which is not experienced in Clash Royale. If your opponent is doing one mistake, it doesn't matter, the matchup against this deck, you're gonna lose the game. And if you're like at 5,000, 6,000 trophies, you're not even gonna play perfect Clash Royale, right? This is really tough to do. Playing perfect Clash Royale like Mugi, Mohammed, me sometimes, other people, Search in his prime are doing, it's just really, really hard to do a perfect game plan to have. And especially if you're like a casual player, playing like once a week on a toilet, playing a bit, you're not thinking that casually. But we are tryhards. The modern Royale community is tryhard, like just tryhard players. So we always want to think next level Clash Royale tactics, and if you face this kind of players which are playing on a toilet, you really catch them off guard. So he needs to go for Fireball. Fireball is not, people are always thinking, is Fireball a really hard counter against Royalogs? No, it's not. And if your opponent is going to Fireball the Royalogs, you're always happy because you get 300 damage, you just get a -1 elixir trade, and you can zap, you can play Zappies, you can play Flying Machines. So if your opponent is going to Fireball the Royalogs, you're a happy guy or girl. Next game, let's go. Good luck, buddy. Good luck, brother. I would say we're just going for Zappies in the back. This is insane. So, I would say we could go, considering the situation, which I'm thinking about since 2017, and going over all the process he could do. I think going for a Flying Machine situation is completely fine. We're just going to drop Warlocks. In front of that, why not? He needs to go for Infernator and Flying Machine, one of the more annoying cards in the game. Flying Machines to counter is not easy, especially for players which are not that experienced, because it's just like the range, the radius when you're going to play troops, it's just not easy, especially if it's like the same kind of as Dart Goblin. So we're just going to Wickets in front of this, 4 Wickets to the left, 2 to the right, and we're just looking so damn good here. So, let's see, I think I could go in for Zappies here. I don't really know what exactly he's playing, but we never know. Like, you never know what their opponents are playing. I think that, like, let me know in the comment section. You ever know what your opponent is going to play in mid ladder? Maybe sometimes when I play like Goblin Bowl, Princess, like the classic decks, Hawk Rider 2.6, some Expo decks. I think they're always being classic, even in mid ladder. But there are some decks, I know it, because like when I'm Twitch streaming, when I'm like reading your comment section, and when I'm playing like sometimes when I'm like early ladder, I know how it feels sometimes. I'm facing Mega Knight, Fireball, P.E.K.K.A, Zappies, Balloon, Graveyard or something, or like Lava Balloon, Lava Bomber, Lava Balloon, nice, that's a classic deck model. But like Lava Bomber, Bowler with Graveyard and Fisherman, it just, people are really, really crazy. I don't really know what to say, guys. So I think we're just gonna take the damage here on the right side. I think it's just gonna be 1 mine hit. Is it even gonna be mine hit? Please not. No mine hits. So just gonna go for Zappies in the back. This is perfect. This is clean. This is great. And I think we're just gonna go for Zappy Split. Right? Zappy Split is really, really great. We're just gonna go for Fireball here. Fireball going from the Flying Machine here. Great place. Okay, let's see. I would say the next play we're gonna do is just Recruits in the back. And this is what you want to do. That's why the deck is so easy to play. You just want to go Recruits, push. Recruits, push. And at the same time, when you go for Recruits, it's really hard for the opponent to punish, because if Recruits on the field, they need to punish into the Recruits, or the Recruits, and it's just impossible for them to break through. So we just go for Hoggis here. We're just gonna Fireball push into the Musketeer, into the one Recruit, and look at this, guys. What is he supposed to do? I'm just gonna go Flying Machine on the left side because he doesn't have a Knight inside. He needs to go for a Log. I don't really think there's any way for him to defend this. Okay, he's going for a really smart Inferno here to kind of catch it up, but we're just going for another Zeppies at the bridge. GG's were played, another dub. No way for the opponent. I think he's a mid-ladder player to win against us. And I even know, even if you would be in my position, you would have won the game. Here we go, next game against Fabianski. Good luck, brother. Let's see what you have prepared for me. So I don't care, honestly. Like, that was like a stupid question because I don't really care. Just Recruits in the back first play. What's he going to do? Yes, we love Electro Dragon. Even if you guys think it's a negative elixir going for Fireball Arrest, yes, but as long as you get some other traits, you're fine with that. But this time in this situation, I could also just Flying Machine snipe this boy. So we're just gonna go for Electro Spirit here, and then we're just gonna Recruit, just gonna Hoggy Split. Like, how is he supposed to defend both sides? Is he going to tornado that? Would be the perfect play. He is going to tornado that, but I'm fine with that. So I could just going for Zeppies here. He plays Balloons, so this is like a normal meta deck. So I would say we're just gonna Cage here. And we're just gonna go for Zeppies. Just go for Zeppies. I hope he doesn't have freeze or enough elixir for freeze. Okay. He's just gonna be really aggressive here, okay. So I'm just gonna go on for really aggressive stuff also, because when he's aggressive, I'm also aggressive. Can the Zeppies reset this? Yes, they can, and this is the thing. Like, why did I play the Flying Machine? A ton of you guys wouldn't have played the Flying Machine situation, because I knew he was low on elixir. He was so low on elixir, he wasted his Lumberjack, so we're just spamming him. We just saw a tower, right? Nobody cares, because you can always come back with the stake. Just Piggies at the bridge. No elixir in hand. He needs to go for a Bowler. Bowler, good counter. No, it's not a good counter if you play late. Look at the damage, 600 damage, 650 damage, and it's just absolutely huge. Now, I could think, going for Recruits, is it a smart play? No, because he has Electro Dragon in hand, and especially if he's going in here. We just go for a Cage here. Just gonna Zeppies here. Yes, it's gonna retarget it, gonna retarget the Bowler, but I'm fine. I'm really fine with that. So he's just gonna for this. We just go for a Flying Machine at the river. We're hitting, like, not hitting anything, but the Flying Machine will connect, especially him being so low on elixir. So, like, there's no way for him. There's no way for him. He has Bowler, Tornado, everything. But this is just insane. We're looking really, really good. I think we're just going to go for a 4-2 split, even if it's not optimal. Yes, he gives us the Fireball Arrows value, but we want to wait. We want to wait, especially when he goes for Bowler, he goes for Lumberjack, then we're going to take the value. So, we're going to take it. Fireball Arrows, simply everything done. Just going for Flying Machine high to snipe the Lumberjack. He doesn't have a big spell, and if your opponent doesn't have a big spell, as I said, he has big problems, but not the big spell. Against the big problems. I'm so funny. Just go for a Cage here. I'm just gonna go for Fireball. He will most likely freeze the Inferno Dragon. Not gonna work out. Just gonna kite it over, and we're looking so strong. Even if we would have played at the bridge, just kite it over. Just gonna go for a Zeppy split here. Or like Zeppy surround. And we're just doing a really good job. GG's well played. Taking another dub. I hope you guys enjoyed today's one. Even if it wasn't ladder. This deck is absolutely insane on ladder. I think a lot of you guys were always asking for that to do me the video, because you're already using this deck. And you should keep using this deck. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm out. Thanks for watching, and goodbye, guys. I love you.